with the fast setting, if this were in the summer and it was 95 degrees in the hangar, this is about the only way you can get it out fast enough. Get the epoxy on here fast enough to where it won't set up in the mixing container. I'm going to try to take a shortcut here and see if I can get away with avoiding wasting a paintbrush, just for fun. I don't use this technique very much, so it's a little difficult for me to gauge how much epoxy to allow. But we'll be able to tell. But it would be nice to know at the outset. Some people like to cut off the end of their tongue depressors so they can scrape the bottom of the container better and mix better. I haven't really noticed a difference in trying it from one way to the other. Sometimes I cut it off, sometimes I don't. But I will say, set aside this cup, like I talked about earlier, just to make sure that this mixture is a good mixture and that it's set up and it's gonna perform like we expect it to perform. Steel roller. Rubber one can be used as well. This is the one I had, and it seems to work quite nicely. Turns out there is excess epoxy. You can see it squeeze out from the edges when I run a roller over it. So there's enough epoxy in here. Actually, there is a couple of places that don't have quite enough epoxy. We'll fix that in a little bit. The neat thing about this technique is that you can get the edges just all square and perfect. And you can actually make the final cut. I can make the final cut. I don't want to tell you what you should be doing in your airplane. I can make the final cut and square at the ends with this rotary cutter. So you probably could put this on a piece of 2-inch wide duct tape, and by using this technique and cut it 1 7/8 inch wide. I have a trash can on the corner of every place I work because I use them a lot. Using this technique with the 1 mil drop cloth plastic maintains the dimensional stability of the layup, so it doesn't come apart, and you can get it where you want it without it let me put this here so you can see what I'm doing. Just gonna go ahead and let that overlap there. Notice that that doesn't reach the very end. There's No way I'm gonna make it reach the end with this plastic on it here, but I can do it. Once I remove the plastic. Now I'm noticing there is a few little dry spots here and there. So I'm going to mix another batch, and I'm going to put that on the dry spots. There's some here and here. I don't know if you can see that's a dry spot there. Touch those spots up, and then use the rest of the epoxy to coat on the top of the spar and ribs.